Hi guys, it's Paula from PSEN Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to start a series on making a junk journal from start to finish. I don't think I've done that before. I don't have very many junk journal videos, but yeah, I want to start from to finish. This will be the third full-size junk journal, fourth full-size junk journal that I've made. So what I'm going to do is I want to show you here. This is similar to what we're going to be making, or the size at least. I made this journal. It's a 3-signature journal. It's the first journal that I made with 3 signatures. And this is fabric, a doily, some little eyelet, and then the inside has, this is actually, believe it or not, it is vintage music, but it's not that vintage. Let's say it's old music, sheet music from, I believe, like the 1940s, so maybe not vintage. Let me rephrase that. Anyways, I just added a few little things here. This was actually a video that I recently did where I made a snippet roll out of paper and I put it in here as a belly band. So you can just tuck anything in there. But like I said, this is just one that I made. And this is another video that actually I will be posting soon. Actually, you'll probably see it before you see this video. And it's just a pocket that I made out of a book page. And it's a double pocket. So I just decided to put it in here. So anyhow, the point of this video is to show how I make a junk journal from start to finish. It will be this same size. Actually, yeah, it will be the same size. So this base here, I used a box of Entenmann's mini cherry pies. That might have been an apple pie one, actually. My husband eats these on occasion, and when he does, I keep the boxes once he's done. So let's start by disassembling the box. Now you're probably thinking, how is it that this is the same width? It's actually not the same height either. So actually this must have been a box from, it was Entenmann's for sure, but it might have been a bigger pack that we bought maybe at like BJ's, which is like a Costco. And this is just one that we normally get like at Walmart. All right, so let's start by disassembling the box. Now, you want to be careful when you're disassembling, at least I do, because, well, I'm not going to use these flaps. You don't want to cut too far into this because this will be obviously the base of your journal. And I will show you what I did to make it so that I don't have to, I can use a full regular size sheet of paper, fold it in half. Even though if you look at it here, let me give an example. I have a piece of paper. So here's a piece of copied dye paper. So if I fold it in half, listen to that. And I don't want to cut any excess off. So here you can see that my paper is actually longer than my box. I'm going to show you how I do it, at least, to make it work. Ideally it works. I did another one and I had to play around with it. So I'm just taking the tabs off, guys. I'm not going to keep these. If they didn't have this and maybe were in better shape, with like not all this glue and stuff, I would potentially keep them and make, you know, like little tuck bookmarks, whatever you want. But I'm not keeping them. Okay, so here is what I do. So this has two ends. It has one end that's solid, and then one end, as you can see here, that will open up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as carefully as I can, I'm going to open this up. Okay, I've got it open. Now I'm going to pick the glue off. That's my personal preference. It is up to you how you want to do that. If you want to leave the glue on, you can. But I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to take these extra inner pieces off of this flap here. I'm going to keep this in here because this is going to be my spine, so it's good to have that extra, you know, layer of support. Again, I'm going to try to take the glue off. Now, be careful, but I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm sorry, I might shake the table. And when I say be careful, it's because you don't want to dig too much in and then cause a big hole in your thing. Now, a lot of the glue is stuck right here, so all I'm going to do is just do a light scrape. See if I can pull up too much of it. And actually, this right here, I'm just thinking about it. I don't even need to pull the glue up from this side right here because I'm not going to need it. Okay, so my piece of paper. So this is my spine. My piece of paper. So my piece of paper, in theory, should be 5.5 inches, right? Full disclosure, I am horrible at measuring, guys. Horrible at measuring, horrible at cutting a straight line. Okay, so it's about 5.5 inches. Actually, it's a little shorter than 5.5. I don't know how that happens, but. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to mark at 6 inches. I'm going to mark a few at 6 inches, a few spots. I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to do the same on the other side. And if you don't want to measure, don't measure. The only reason I'm measuring here is because I need to cut it, and I know that if I don't measure and I don't write, I draw the line, my cutting skills are absolutely horrendous, and I repeat, I will have the most crooked line in the world. It might be crooked right there. I'm gonna go with it. Flip it around again. Okay, so you guys still with me? I know. So now I'm going to just take my, again, I'm using this because this will guarantee that I have, well, it should guarantee that I have a straight line. Right? And that's okay. That doesn't matter, guys. Well, at least for me, it doesn't matter. I haven't made it yet, so I probably shouldn't say that, but because that one that I did, like I said, it was a bigger box, so I didn't have to worry about using flaps. Oh, I'm trying to get it straight. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. See, I'm just Like I can't eyeball anything because chances are they will not come out straight. All right. Now I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim up this right here. I don't want to cut too much off because again, then it won't be a straight line. I fear that I've already done too much. I've already touched too much here. Okay. Okay, sorry about the hand. Now, another optional, I'm going to cover this in fabric, and chances are you're not going to see this. Good chance that you're not going to see this. However, I personally am going to cover it using this acrylic white gesso. I picked this big bottle up for I think $9 at Walmart. Is it the best kind? I don't know because I'm new to this, so I don't know. Maybe it's not the best, but it works for what I use it for. And my understanding is gesso helps you to adhere things, right? So if you're doing, like if you have something that's shiny and you want to dull it down, you can use gesso. If you want to use mixed media, so you want to do like paints or something, you use gesso as your base. So it allows the paint to grab better. Same with glue. It allows glue to grab better on certain surfaces. Like this is a very shiny surface. But please, I'm not an expert with gesso. I'm just telling you what I've picked up from different videos that I've watched. Perhaps those videos aren't correct, but again, works for me. And this is optional, guys. Honestly, if you're going to put, it actually might strengthen it too. So just another thought. Maybe if this is not as thick of a cardstock, since it is going to be the cover. I mean, I think it's fine. It's not like that heavy chipboard for sure. But it makes a nice little journal cover. Okay. Again, I don't do much. If I feel like I need to do another layer, I will once this dries. But I don't think I will. I'll just have to put my fabric over it and see how it turns out. Big piece of my hair. All right. Now, through the magic of cameras, or the magic that I already primed one, it's not really cameras, I have a dry one. So this is the one that I did previously that I was telling you guys. I hope it works because I really haven't done it any further than this. So this is nothing new, right? Tons of people use cereal boxes and things like that. This is just my version of it. All right. Now, I am going to use a fabric on the outside, and on the inside, I'm going to use a piece of wallpaper. It's a wallpaper sample. Really cool, guys. Really, really super cool. I have so much fun with them. I made this journal cover using, this is a piece of wallpaper, and this is a vintage music paper on the inside. And it's just, it turned out so, so adorable. And then I just hid the spine using this ribbon that I coffee dyed. So if you're interested in seeing a video on making a journal using the wallpaper, let me know on the comments below, and I'd be happy to do a video with that. Okay, so this one here, while I did sew around the outer of this, I actually did not use glue for the fabric to hold it down. I used Carpenter's tape. Now, some people may say, oh my God, you're wasting Carpenter tape there, because you can just put glue down, put your fabric down, and then just sew it. Everybody has their own process. This is the process that I like to do, or that I tried and I liked, because again, I've only done it once. So this is the Carpenter tape that I purchased at Home Depot. I believe it was under $10. And the only thing you have to remember is if you are planning on sewing the edges, guys, if you're planning on sewing the edges, do not put the Carpenter's tape all the way to the edge. So what I did is, another note, it's very sticky, okay? It's super duper sticky. So whatever scissors you decide to use, those should be the scissors that you use for this tape, and they should be cleaned right away after. So let me show you what I did. So what I do is I leave about, I'm going to leave about ½ an inch from each angle. So from each end, I'm going to leave ½ an inch. And that will allow me to sew and not mess up my sewing needle. Because you will mess up your sewing needle if you do it the other way. So if I do, and you don't have to mark this, guys, you just trying to show as an example. So I'm just going to do ½ an inch. Is that ½ an inch? No, that's like an inch, isn't it? I mean, that was like 3/4. That's ½ an inch. That's ½ an inch, okay. So if I just did ½ an inch here, so that just means I don't want any Carpenter's tape. To go past this mark, these marks that I'm making. And again, you don't have to do this marking. I mean, you can eyeball it. That's what I did last time. I didn't mark it, I just eyeballed it. But I figure since I'm doing the video, if it makes you feel better, then mark it. Oops, sorry about the noise. Okay, now I'm just going to do Carpenter's tape. So we're going to get going on that right now. We're going to get started putting the tape on. Doesn't matter what side you start on. I'm just going to flip this sideways. So based on where my line is, and just remember, once you put it down, it's pretty much there to stay. Oh no. Oh, you see? You see what I mean? Okay. And then I'm just going to cut it. And we move on to my next one. Do you have to have as many pieces? No. You don't have to cover the whole thing, for sure. Because it's very strong. All right. Again, you don't have to do this. This is just how I chose to do it. You can easily glue it. You can, you know, whatever works for you. Oh no, I got too close to the end. And let me just tell you, fair warning, guys. If this glue does get, it will mess up your sewing needle. It will. I lost a sewing needle. First attempt, I didn't even think about it, and I put glue all the way to the end of it. I even wrapped the glue on the inside. So, fair warning. Okay, now I'm going to, actually my scissors are not bad, but I will clean them off. All right, so fabric that I'm going to use is this beautiful vintage mustard looking fabric with white flowers. I don't know if they're roses. They're just little white flowers with black stems and leaves. So yeah. So you know the rules. It's a big piece of fabric. That's why I'm just like, oh, because I haven't cut it. So I have it. So this is the outside. Rule of thumb, what is it? Just to keep about, what, an inch? It's about an inch, right? Is that what they say? That is more than an inch. I see. I'm just not the measuring person. Okay, that's about an inch. That's about an inch. Roughly an inch. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ruler here. That's about an inch, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to use my rotary cutter. Because I will get a much better cut if I do that. And this side over here is okay because I have this excess. Now I have this little scrap. All right. So now I have my fabric cut. For the inside, I'm going to use this beautiful wallpaper. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Maybe I'll use it like this. We might lose a bird here or there, but that's okay. And they're sideways, but that's okay. All right, so let's turn this over. Let's peel our tape off. I'm sorry, the cover of our tape. All right, so now I have it. Here's my fabric. All right, flip it over. I'm going to eyeball where it needs to go. I want to make sure that it's tight. Turn it over. Make sure it looks good. All right. And see, you can't see the image, which is good. I don't know if you'd be able to see it if I had something else on it, but okay. So you just want to make sure that you're just, you can grab if you have, whatever you have, just make sure it's grabbing it, right? It should. I mean, it's not going to grab it. All right. So that is it. And then I will obviously bring in the corners. On the inside here, I can totally use the Fabri-Tac glue. And then I will put, I'm not going to use a lot though, obviously. Tell me, how do you guys do your corners? Do you do them like this? Is this how you do your corners? I know some people say that that adds a lot of bulk. But let me know how you guys do your corners. Leave it in the comment. I feel like this is crooked. Maybe it's my camera that's crooked. Oof, I've had a crooked camera, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. Just going to add just a tad bit over here, maybe. I don't know. And I'm going to pull it tight and then pull it over. Pull it tight, pull it over. The same over here. Tight and over. All right. I guess if you really wanted to, you could iron that to make it go down more, but Who has time for that? Okay, then you can do this thing like this, right? Let's do it. Now I'm going to add the glue to the fabric. And then I'm going to pull tight, bend down. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull tight. Bend over. And then just hold and press and hold and press. Now here's why I chose not to put the glue like on this end right here of the fabric. Because sometimes it seeps through, and if whatever it is that I'm putting on this top inside cover doesn't cover it, then you have that, you know, what it looks like when glue seeps through fabric, and I don't want that. Now, I think that the inner part that I'm using is not going to, it wouldn't matter anyways, but in case it did. Okay, so now this one, you can see where they're like, it'll bunch up. My hands got a little gluey. It's very important. You want to check that, make sure it doesn't bunch up there for you. Actually, a better idea is do that part first, right? Oop. Lordy. I'm telling you, when you get glue on your hands, it just takes everything with you. All right. Now, all right, so here's what we have so far. Okay, let's see. Here is where I always mess up. Always. Does not fail. It's just part of my MO. So I try to leave that little piece, and I always like, how much should you leave, really? All right, hold on. I gotta figure this out. So if it doesn't help that this is not straight. It's not cut straight, so then that leads me to not a good place, is what it leads me to. Okay, I think this end right here is straight, so we're going to go with that. So let's see, how much do you leave? How much do you leave? You leave like, if you did 2, is that like an 1/8? Sorry guys, but if I don't measure usually, seriously, and it's not that I need to measure here, but I'm trying to get better at being able to eye. And I figure that if I measure a few times, then my perception will get better. Okay, all right, we're just gonna, it is what it is. So I need to just, thinking my box is not straight. Okay. Oh, we're fine. We're right. Okay, so that's the end, right? That's the end. So let's cut it right back here. No idea if I'm doing this right. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna go with that. Oh God, I feel like that's gonna be too short. No, that's good. Okay. All right, we're gonna cut it. That's it. It's the end of it. Spent way too much time already doing it. I just want a straight line though. So if that can happen, that would be fabulous. Is that a straight line? I don't know. I think so. Looks like a straight line, right? We cut it up, so hopefully it's a straight line. All right, we're cutting it off. Will it work? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Woohoo! I think that's pretty good. It took me 5,000 years, but that's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put glue on here, and then I'm gonna glue it down, and then I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine, and then I'll be back. So let me put glue. I'm gonna use Fabri-Tac. Now you can obviously do fabric on the inside too. Maybe that'll be my next one. We'll do fabric on the inside. This wallpaper is from 2002, guys. In 2002, people like birds on their walls. Just saying. Just saying. Here's another thing that I'm going to say. If this is not 100% perfect, it's okay. Did you have fun doing it? I know I did. I have tons of fun doing this. It's functional, it's nice, it's unique, it's different. And I will be right back. I'm going to go sew. All I'm doing is going to be doing a zigzag stitch around this. Be back. All right, guys, it is all sewn in. So now I'm just going to just fold it. Full disclosure, I am not a sewing person either. So this is all new to me as well. But again, if you're having fun doing it, that's all that matters. It's buckling a little bit. That's okay though. Smooth it out. Just have to get it used to the creases. And we have our book, our cover. So that's it. That's video 1. Next video we will, good gosh, it's a little cricket over here. Okay, the next video we will put our signatures together and do anything. So this is pretty wide. This is a 2-inch, actually a little over 2-inch spine. So that's pretty wide. So you'll get 3 signatures in here. You probably can do 4 if you keep them, you know, not so bulky. You probably can do 4 regardless. So yeah, that's what we'll do on the next video. So thanks for watching, and we shall talk on the next video. Leave in the comments if you have any suggestions for anything that you would like me to work on. If you want me to show how I made this using, again, wallpaper as my cover, and then music books, 1 signature, but it's pretty good pages of signatures. Let me know. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.